Why hasn't my five sensory partner proposed to me yet as a sixth sensory? And this video is particularly from the female perspective. Why hasn't your five sensory partner proposed to you? There could be several reasons, and we'll begin with the most obvious one. Number one, you've never set boundaries with your five sensory partner. Maybe you're not focused on your goals, dreams, and ambitions, and instead you do everything for your five sensory partner. Maybe you're living together and you do all the cooking, you do all the laundry, you are making the five sensory's life extremely comfortable, and you've never told the five sensory what you expect from them. And that's a tricky topic too, because you can't go nagging, you can't go demanding what you would expect. Instead, you set the standard of what you expect through your actions. So when you ask for help with something, you can do it in a kind way, asking for help once. If it doesn't happen at that point, you need to take a step back. So if you've never set a boundary before, or never taken a step back, basically the five sensory partner is a bit like a spoiled child. So they're going to be thinking that they can live with you forever, that they don't need to propose, because they're basically getting all the comfort and the benefits of having a wife without having to go through the process of getting married. So at some point, as a sixth sensory, you have to start setting boundaries. You have to focus on the deeper meaning of your life. And when you focus on the deeper meaning of your life, and you're dedicating your life to that, rather than putting all your time, focus, and energy on the five sensory, they're going to feel that, and they're going to have more respect for you. You're going to become the mysterious sixth sensory that you are, and then it's more likely that the five sensory will do something to win you over. The second reason is that you picked the wrong five sensory. So when you pick the wrong five sensory, maybe you just went in head first into something where they didn't match your values, they didn't match your goals, dreams, and ambitions, and you just went for it because the intimacy was comfortable, the attention was really comfortable, but you don't really align on deeper issues. And you might say to me, but Leah, you've told me you don't have to align. Kind of depends. So you don't have to align on everything. Having said that, if you don't align on anything at all, and it doesn't have to be a perfect match because nobody is a perfect match. Having said that, if you have nothing in common in terms of your goals, dreams, and ambitions, nothing that's pulling both of you forward together, then that's going to be hard to pull out a commitment from a five sensory, because why bother, you know? They don't have any ambition, they don't have any mojo to do anything. They're just flatlining while you're trying to achieve your best life. And so that's not a really great energetic match between the two of you. So if you don't match, then the five sensory is not going to propose. How do you find that right person? Is that you set the boundaries in the first place. You don't accept less than great behavior from a five sensory. You don't ignore it when they say, I'm not interested in marriage, or I'm not interested in a serious relationship. When those things come up, you give them a bit of distance. The reason why the dating phase is so important is because the five sensories will reveal themselves and their intentions to you. They will say, hey, this is what I'm looking for, and I don't like marriage. And the thing about that is, as a sixth sensory, that's complicated. Sometimes five sensories do change their mind, but you have to set the boundaries with them. So when they say things like that, you've got to give them less of your time and energy and attention. You got to set the boundaries up front. And when you do that, if they later respond and give you more time, give you more energy, and give you more prospects that yes, they're interested in a more serious relationship down the line, then you can give them more. But the thing is, you have to be aware of what they're telling you, and you need to respond by setting boundaries. If you don't do that and you let them get away with behavior, then they're just going to keep getting away with it, and they're never going to step it up and commit to you. So that's a fine line to walk, because you can't just say, I want commitment. I can't just say, I want marriage outright. If you put marriage all over your dating profile and you mention it on the first date and blah, 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 that's not gonna go down very well with the five sensory. Having said that, the key is you respond by setting a boundary if they try to offer you something less than what you deserve. And then they get the message through your actions, and they know to take it seriously, that they need to step it up, or else you're not going to be so interested in hanging out with them anymore. And one of the biggest blocks, number 3, that we experience as 6 sensories that stop us from getting married is that we're too attached to whatever 5 sensory we're with. We really want the marriage with them. And this attachment can happen at any phase of life. So you can get attached before you have a relationship and you have a crush on them. You can get attached when you have a relationship, but they haven't stepped it up. And attachment at any phase is very deadly in a relationship to getting what you deserve as a 6 sensory, because it forces you to hang in there when you really should be stepping back. If you allow yourself that freedom to step back when you're not getting what you deserve, that's when you've got the greatest chances of getting what you deserve. And even if you don't get what you deserve, then you open yourself up to another person who potentially can give you what you deserve. The key is you constantly got to pay attention to what 5 sensories are doing and set the boundaries when they offer less than great behavior. If you consistently do that, and then you're doing it gently so they have a way to follow up with you and step it up with better behavior, or they may back off completely and let you find someone else, that's okay too. Then you've got the best chances of finding a marriage. My last piece of advice for 6 sensories who are hoping for a proposal from a 5 sensory is to A, put your best foot forward, and B, don't be attached. So putting your best foot forward means taking good care of yourself. You are sleeping, you are wearing a little bit of makeup if that suits you, you're wearing clean clothes, you're putting your best foot forward, you are eating healthy, you are exercising. When you do that, you show up as your most attractive, magnetic self in all situations. And then when you are looking for a potential partner, don't be so attached, don't be so needy for the marriage that you are just hanging on to every little bit the 5 sensory is saying, just hoping and praying for it. You kind of have to detach yourself a little bit from the desire for marriage to have the best shot at it. Because if you're really, really keen on marriage, the energy is going to read when the 5 sensory is with you, and they're going to be able to tell, and they're going to run for the hills. If instead you're very calm and easygoing, doesn't mean you let them get away with stuff, but you're not attached either way if they stay or if they go. That's when you've got the best chance, ironically, of getting the best kind of high quality commitment that you deserve.